Hey everyone! Today we are going to take a look at the US Art Supply 36 Super Crayons. I just love the name. Gel crayons. They are made for ages 3+. Obviously these are more marketed for children, but hey, I wanted to see how they would compare to all the other gel crayons. We'll have a little gel crayon battle near the end. So they do come in this case, which I appreciate because I'd rather keep my gel crayons nice and, you know, evenly stored. And it opens just like this. It had a plastic wrap, but I removed it. Now, here is the crayon. I should probably pick a color that pops on camera more, huh? All right, so it says Super Crayon. Super smooth, super bright, super washable. That's always fun. Doesn't look like they have any names on them though. But we've got a little twisty here, so it lets you twist the crayon out. These are long, but who knows how far down that crayon actually goes. But they're 36 colors. I think because of the wackiness of their order, what I'm going to do is really quickly pull them out and put them sort of in an order based on the barrel that makes more sense, and then I will do a swatch. So 1 second. Okay, so here is the order I quickly put them in. I just went by the color that it seemed. It looks like we have some like neonish colors. I think these two right here is a gold and silver metallic. It's just hard to say. But yeah, I'll swatch them in this order. And how I plan to do that is I will do like one mark on the paper, and then I will also apply it with a brush because that's typically how I apply them to the paper. I'll speed this part up, but no fancy chart today out of sheer laziness. But I'm going to swatch them, and then we'll come back and talk about how I felt they performed and all that fun stuff. Okay, all done. You know, the color range is actually pretty nice. There's a few colors I think are a little too close to one another. More specifically, like these greens here. They're practically the same thing. Let me see if I can... So as you can see right there with that color, and then the way it comes out, and then here, they're honestly the same to me. The blues I know look similar, but they're slightly different. But yeah, other than that, the other colors are all pretty unique. These were gold and silver, but they did not go down on the palette very well, and they definitely did not pick up any of the shimmer when you use the brush. But everything else brushed out really well. They're very soft. Like you go to put them on your Crayon Dash palette and they're just like woo and glide. Definitely a lot of filler for sure. But I think what I'm gonna do is, I do have a page that needs a background. Well, I have several pages that do. Oh, that one's done. I don't know if there's any colors in this one that I would like. Actually, those purples might work well here. Or we can do this gal's using some of the greens. Yeah, I think this green here would be fun, or the teal actually. Oh, so hard to choose. Or the blue to pull out her eyes. I don't want to... I'm going to find a page and then we'll do like a quick little mixing background and just see how they perform on paper. So 1 second. Okay, change of plans. I want to work on this page. So I grabbed this dark purple, pastel purple, and light teal color. And I will just get a whole bunch on my palette over here. We'll kind of see how much it takes as well, because these are really soft, but because of all that filler, like I'll show you right here, see how soft, they're very creamy, but we'll see. All right, let's see if this bigger brush, let me get this out of the way. My Tim Holtz mat is being used with a bunch of resin projects, so I'm gonna have to use this little one that I use for watercolors. I normally will tape my pages down to it, but in this case, I'm just gonna use this as kind of a barrier so it doesn't get all over my desk. And I'm just gonna do a combo of the colors. And I'm gonna do kind of like a little halo effect around her, so I'm not going all the way in, but fairly close. Let me zoom you guys in just a little more. I swear, gelatos look so concentrated to me, like in person, but then on camera they look, you're kind of like, are they even there? I can get some more. Just gonna leave the lids off. Now these are water soluble as well, like most gel crayons, but I rarely use them. Now when I do my gel crayon battle, I will go ahead and include the water soluble test and performance, just because I do know there's quite a few people that do wet these, whether it be on a palette or they activate them straight on their page. You can do either or. So I'll definitely include that in like my battle and testing, but for this little first impressions, because this isn't really a review yet, we will just use them how I normally use them and kind of, actually, it doesn't matter if I cover the wings. I want the wings to be translucent anyway. teal over here. And gelatos do have to dry, but once they're dry, your page is good to go. I've noticed, but did I just call these gelatos? Gel crayons. Now it does depend on the brand. Some brands take a little longer, some are faster, and then also, of course, how much did you use? You know, did you do like 5 layers? Were they thick? Like, there's so many factors that go into how long it takes to dry. But what I basically do, if I'm going to do a gel crayon background with any brand, I just plan on getting that background in and then letting it sit overnight. Even if I do it first thing in the morning, I just let it sit. Because, you know, when it's still wet and not cured, it's sticky. And yeah, I don't like the feeling personally. Like when I feel it, I'm like, ah. So to each their own on that one. Some people, you know, dive in after a few hours, others wait, but I just let it sit overnight no matter what. Even if I plopped it on there at 6 a.m., it's going to be hanging out till morning. Okay. Oops, I got a little too much on my brush there. Let's see if I can buff that out. And then of course I usually wash my brushes, especially after swatching or like heavier applications. I'll take out my pink soap, take my brushes down to the kitchen sink, and just wash them with the pink soap. And you really gotta, like these types of brushes, you really gotta make sure you're rinsing them well. They'll kind of fool you if you don't. You'll be like, oh, it's done, it's ready. And then you'll go to use it and some residue. So it does take a lot more washing than you would think, which is why I recommend the pink soap if you have it. It does really help pull off, especially that gel. And these cheaper ones have that some sort of filler up in there. It really helps pull that off because that stuff sticks to the bristles. I'm just adding a little bit more teal where I kind of want a little bit more of a bluish color. I don't feel things are quite there. This is from that new Mystic Art Mirrors book that I did a flip through not too long ago, last week. I don't know, one of those days. All right. There we go. See, so I call it the halo effect because I leave kind of a white rim around the areas. And honestly, sheer laziness. I have some smaller brushes that can get into these nooks and crannies, but I don't want to. Although I might put a little something here. There we go. All right. I think that is looking good. I hope the color shows for you guys. But yeah, overall, I mean, these go down just like my Gelato and King Art. The color range is quite impressive. I just have those two greens that I feel are too close to one another. But everything else, I really like the color range. I really like this like dark, you know, red violet color. So I'm going to take a permanent marker and put numbers on them and then add those numbers to my sheet. But I mean, these were made for kids, not adults, but they're not too bad. Now, are you going to have any light fast readings or anything superior to that effect? No. If you want that, you're going to have to go with Gelato. But it's fun to kind of explore the cheaper brands, especially like when it comes to adult coloring books. I mean, I don't need to spend a fortune on a gel crayon, do I? I do own all the Gelatos, so I guess the answer is yes, but you get what I'm saying, right? So, all right, well, that is my first impression of these US Art Supply gel crayons. I'll do a full review later and a comparison. I'm working on a battle chart, kind of like I did with the water-soluble crayons. So I'll get that in the works here very soon. But for now, I think we are good to go. And yeah, until next time, everyone, take care. Bye now.